this is a Georgian script, so one of the three. So we have even the ancient versions of it. So this is the modern one. And many people don't know that we have the language, which is one of the 14 in the world, the unique one, like, Latin,
Hmm.
Kirillitsa, and there's also a Georgian one with a very ancient history. And this word here, in a nice way, says that I am a Georgian, which
Nice.
sounds like Kartveli, you know? Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. As you can hear, ladies in the crowd are already excited. They are shouting with this excitement. And today we have a very special episode for Joanna's, for my tribe. Well, something is in common when it comes to our history. So always wonderful people. Exactly the same case for today. Another wonderful person. But there is also a very special opportunity. So Maria is a speaker at Online Scrum Master Summit 2025. So thank you very much, the wonderful team of organizers for Online Scrum Master Summit, because you connected us. You made it happen, and seems like both me and Maria are super excited to have this
Hmm.
conversation today. So let me take this as an opportunity to invite you to join us in June, Online Scrum Master Summit. You can now see the link to the website where you can register for free. So joining live session is absolutely free. You can pick one session, maybe the one with Maria. You can pick more. 3 days filled with talks, workshops, lightning talks, and you can also grab a code if you are interested to buying all access pass. That will give you some nice perks, nice things. You will get access to recordings, and you will also get some extra materials. So maybe this will be also something interesting for you. And having said that, let's go back to our conversation and welcoming my guest. Maria, I'm so happy that we made it. I'm so happy that you agreed, and I'm super excited to have this conversation today with you.
Same for me. Thank you so much for inviting me here. So I feel this hospitality in this show, and I feel this very warm vibe here. And so thanks for that. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the love coming from Poland to Georgia.
Exactly. And from Georgia to Poland as well.
Bidirectional. Bidirectional love. It's like circulating across
True.
the countries. Maria, so would you be so kind and tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm Maria from Georgia, located in the capital city, Tbilisi. I'm a mother of three. Um, my plate is also quite full, so I have a full-time job, and in addition to that, I'm trying to share the experience and knowledge that I gain with my clients, with my students, to at the different conferences. Also, I'm organizing the conferences here in Georgia, and you are warmly invited there as well. So the fourth one will be in September 30th. So we will be again hosting an international Agile conference. We call it Agile Exchange Georgia, so Agile Summit. I'm also a researcher. I am PhD in management science, and I'm lecturing at different universities here in Georgia. And trainings, engaging people is something that I really love. because it's like kind of transforming my personality being in the audience. So from upside down. And even when I did this MBTI test, it says I'm an entertainer by nature. So my background was in singing, dancing, everything like that. And now it's reflected in connections with people. So, and people is something that I value the most. And thanks thanks the world and God and that's my destiny that I met you here and I have this opportunity to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now I'm super curious about your background in dancing and singing. Tell us a little bit
I
about
didn't
that.
expect that. I didn't expect that. Yeah, from my early childhood, I was singing so-called solos, so
Hmm.
like alone, and accompanied with some dancing as well, especially mostly the Georgian songs. And this gave me an opportunity to work with the audience, to kind of share my emotions with them, and also be sourced with the emotions from the audience. For dancing, I had quite a variety of interests, and now as well. So, but everything, if you can summarize and wrap up all these things, everything is connected with emotions and people.
Hmm.
So, and as you know, in management, there is also like a people orientation and task orientation. For me, if I put it on a scale from 1 to 10, so it's more like 7 for people orientation and 3 on task orientation. But I do believe that people orientation helps me to achieve the results better with less sacrifice of our positive emotions, you know. Um, so all the attitude or approach that I use working with my clients or leaders or teams, so everything is more focused on people and their motivation and the value creation for these people rather than just following some practices or frameworks when they don't make sense maybe for this particular team, for this particular context, and for these particular individuals. So at least I try to. At least I try to stay empathetic and deep listener. So I don't know if it happens always because we are still humans after all, but at least I try to.
Hmm. So, Maria, you explained what is important for you, and you gave us some insights. But I'm curious. I would love to deep dive into that. What what makes you create such belief, such thought in your head? What what kind of things happened? Maybe it was one moment, or maybe it was a series of different experiences that created this idea in your head.
You mean the idea of people first?
Yes, like 7 out of 10 for people and
Seven out
three
of 10.
for the management tasks, etc.
Yeah, so it's a good question. You know, there is a like a very nice word which sounds like collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
So it might sound a little bit exaggerated, but I have a lot of stories where me working with leaders or teams or individuals um, again helped me to understand um, that this is an exchange of the knowledge, exchange of the experience. And you, as an agile coach or scrum master, kind of a guru, coming with your own agenda, coming with your own insights or ideas alone, will never work. So there are plenty of examples about that. So you have this another party in this collaboration, whether it's an individual or a team, where you need to get feedback from. And based on this feedback and based on your exchange and your cooperation and friendship, because both of you have a good purpose of achieving something valuable, something good, something kind for this particular team or this particular context, brings uh, value and moves things forward. So there are so many examples that I am. It's hard for me to tell you one particular, although it's a very powerful question that you are asking, for me to reflect on. Okay, so what helped you to see the world like this? I guess the positive feedback and the results coming out of these collaborations, right? Because to be honest, I am a single child, and I'm quite selfish enough, so to say. I wasn't accustomed to competition for love, competition for what I needed, and all this stuff, right? And I did have a temptation to have my own vision, to have my own roadmap of how the things should be developing. But I found out that this never happens and this never works. So that's why my own experience of failures, of being selfish, so to say, helped me to understand and learn that this just doesn't work. And you really need to listen, really need to understand the need, and really need to collaborate in order to achieve something that makes sense, to put it in a simple words. Yeah.
Mm, thank you. Thank you so
But
much.
I'll think about it more
Okay.
about about this question. I promise.
Looking forward
Yeah.
to your answer after deeper considerations.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about your work? What do you do daily, and how this people-centric approach helps you become better and better professional?
So I'm part of an international company, which is an outsource company, outsourcing different digital and engineering competencies, managerial competencies. It's a technical competencies mostly. I'm there as an agile coach slash scrum master in some projects. I need to perform as a scrum master in some projects on a more holistic view. So as an agile coach, so I work remotely. I work for international clients here from my own country, from my own city. I sometimes need to travel for business trips to spend some time with my teams in person. And as you can understand, valuing people relationship really needs that um, connection in life environment rather than just behind the screen, right? Um, so coming back to your question, what is the things that help me become a better professional? So I think the communication touch points and the communication, so to say, placeholders. That when you work remotely, you have to plan some of the things because the part of this very spontaneous connections is lacking, of course, and I'm trying to balance by having business trips and having more connections with my teams in person. um, as for this connection cycle, I mean, I call them touch points. So I have some pre-planned touch points for individually with the leaders, individually with the product owners, individually with some of the team members if I see that they might need more of my support, for example, in the onboarding process or something like that. And these placeholders and these touch points help me to create an environment where we can deeply listen each other. So uh, target for something valuable out of this half hour of the sync, and have a plan for the next week, have a focus for the next week where we can collaborate, where we can bring some value for the team, for the individuals, for the company. um, and this creates a comfort for me as an agile coach to feel that I'm not detached, and there is something happening that we can really target for, and we can join our efforts. And the same with the leaders or management as well, because they are all always under pressure with time, and they always have lack of time. And here comes the coaching approach here, as you frequently use here in this session. So with powerful questions for me to also um, go deeper to my soul and mind and understand and reflect on my own experience. So even for the team things, even for the leadership team things, even for the product owners team things. So I think if you have these communication touch points, there is always something that you can plan for, and there is always something that you can review and follow up, and there is always something where you can use this comfortable and safe environment to discover um, something new, which really helps the team or individuals.
Nice. Like planning touch points. I love
Yeah,
that vocabulary. I think that I hear it for the very first time in such way, expressed in such a way. So I'm definitely going to remember that. So Maria, seems like this topic of remote work is your daily meal. So
exactly.
do you have any strategies, any ways of working that help you being effective in the remote setting?
Yeah, true. I think so. For me, the balance is so crucial. So the balance of people in my life and some of the things that I do for myself alone.
Hmm.
Um, And I could understand this maybe later in my life. I think about 5 years ago when I realized that the things cannot be only for giving, but also something should happen to receive. And especially with remote work, I sometimes really feel that I don't have enough this in-person connections. That's why I balance it with my other activities, like hosting the conference, like doing the trainings, like teaching, speaking,
Hmm.
networking with different new faces. Even I can tell you my very recent experience this Sunday morning. I also posted this on LinkedIn because I found it very valuable for myself, and maybe someone else would be also inspired by this experience. So I joined the guided tour in my own city, the city I was born in, and I live for forever. I don't know, for 38 years already. Um, because I was actually pursuing the value of having new faces in my life, also sharing some experience and stories with foreigners and from them and from me as well, finding out some details that I was not aware of, and I was expecting that it's not possible to know everything. Yeah, so you cannot be perfect. Yeah, so I spent just 2 hours just walking together with a group of foreigners interested in my country, in my native city. And my heart was full, and I was full of emotions. And then on Monday morning, I was already like energized to give away some positive emotions, because this is what people expect from me. So in my role as an agile coach, I cannot be like someone with complaining. I need to be constructive always. I need to be positive. I need to be to have a capability to listen deeper.
Hmm.
So to do so, I need to be full myself. That's why, for example, I always have some sport activity. Like I prefer group classes like Zumba, dancing, or something colorful, something positive as well, with people inside, so not alone. Yeah, so in real life. So this is how my battery is charged to be then used for something valuable outside of my own personality. So
Dancing as a physical activity?
yeah.
Impossible in your case.
No, no, no. You're joking, of course, because you already know my background in all this stuff.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
Do you also have these opportunities? I used to participate in Zumba classes years and years ago. Do you
Mhm.
also have this kind of the teacher that is encouraging you to shout and sing during the songs?
Exactly. And in Caucasian culture, people are not that open enough. So every single Georgian sings with different maturity, but I would say every second sings professionally.
Oh wow.
Every third dances Georgian dance. So maybe you have seen the Georgian dance, which is quite a unique and nice one, and people around the world love it so much. So we have this culture of dancing, singing, and everything. But at the same time, when it comes to Zumba class, and you have to express those weird sounds, so something closes here. you know, I don't know. Um, Even I am struggling, although I'm speaking, training, well, I'm struggling a little bit, but it brings a lot of positive energy being part of that story 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's my evening treat.
Ah.
This is a reward after full day of work.
Nice. So, how
Yeah,
do you balance all of that? You have professional work, full time work, you have
yeah,
some other activities, you have three
yeah,
kids. Congratulations, by the
yeah.
way.
Thanks.
Um, I can imagine how much time, effort, commitment you need to be a great mom. So, how do you organize your life around all of that?
It's a good question. So I think there is a power of self motivation there, because even when I look at some kind of responsibilities, you can name it as a responsibility and needs, or like you have to, or obligations, but you can also name them as wants to,
Hmm.
like wants to. Uh, um, so maybe this is my survival instinct, or what's that? I don't know. It's already trained, trained enough to convert the so-called the responsibilities or obligations, if you look on that side of the coin, right,
Hmm.
into one I want to. So the things that I desire, my desires,
Hmm.
right? Um, and when psychologically I see it like that, so it helps me to keep enthusiastic and to spark my motivation uh, to give away. So for my kids, for my job, for my colleagues, for my friends, for my parents, whatever, right? For my husband, um, and I think there is also, looking at your life as a like a, or your week or your day as a backlog to prioritize. There are some streams in my daily life, I would say, where I have, for example, I'm full of energy in the morning. I'm a morning person,
Hmm.
and it's the most creative time for me. This is the time where I can write, I can create a workshop, I can make a recording, I can whatever. So all the things that are happening at daylight are sparking this energy in me to create something.
Hmm.
um, After that more creative part of my day, which brings me also some kind of peace, and I'm not excited anymore because I start my day very early, somewhere at 6 a.m. maybe, and for Central European time, it's even 4 a.m. and sometimes even 3 a.m. in the morning. So this is the time where I can already have my sprint planning of the day, my day planning, daily sprint planning, where I have that focus, where I have that prioritized backlog, where I have that understanding of the context of the day, and I can feel the um, I can celebrate the things I have done during the day because I started the day with that focus and with that target, with my day sprint planning, so to say. Then there is a portion when a deep listener, when I'm more in more operational mode with my colleagues, based on the things that I have already created for them in the morning, or for my students. And evening time, somewhere after 6 p.m., is the time for my family, for my kids, and for this Zumba and all this stuff. Yeah. So, and Sunday is like really important day in my life. So this is a recharging day. I used to bring my kids everywhere across Georgia, to travel with them and all this stuff. And then I realized that just my kids are already not kids anymore. So they are teenagers. They have their own interests. They have their own friends. They have their own environment. And I found some more time for myself. And this is one of the examples when I joined the guided tour in my
Mhm.
own city. So, and I created, by the way, on Sunday, this is Sunday, I created my very good draft, very first good draft, for Online Scrum Master Summit to be reviewed by my mentor. So I needed that space out of any obligations. And after this walking guided tour, I sat at the Miro board and I created the three use cases around the Scrum Master and Product Owner collaboration, which is my talk on Online Scrum Master Summit 2025, which is a great opportunity, like absolutely free, 3 days, and a great opportunity for everyone who is interested or is still hesitating whether have that interest or not. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so
thank you.
much. And I would love to emphasize one more thing. So I'm not going to ask questions about collaboration between Scrum Master and Product Owner because you will have great opportunity, upcoming one, right? In less than a month from now. So grab opportunity. And I think that this is something that my colleague Michał from Poland, we've been talking a lot in different contexts, more in the context of the career, but I think it's a really universal truth, and I think it's a theme that I also hear Maria from our conversation. So uh, it's like about connections, collaboration, uh, having people to talk about something, ask
Mm.
about something, ask for advice, right? So although online Scrum Master Summit is online, as you can see,
Yeah,
as you can see in the name, I think that it's worth emphasizing that it has a huge potential to meeting new people. You will never know where there is your sister or brother from another mother living across, across the globe, and maybe you will meet a fantastic speaker like Maria, but maybe you will meet another participant, and there will be a strong connection, willingness to explore something together. I think it might be a nice start uh, for a new chapter in your professional life. So I think it's another reason why both of us are advertising this summit for you.
true. It doesn't need advertisement, or how's it, advertising, so, whatever the word is. So it speaks for itself. So I think 3 days, a lot of speakers. There is a very low probability that you will not find anything there that you will not like hook you and give you this motivation to explore more.
Agreed. I was among people choosing speakers. So there were a lot of great submissions. It was a tough work, but I think that the whole team uh, did amazing job, and I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
So, having said that, I believe maybe it's time to say thank you. Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you. Thank you
It
very
was an
much.
enormous pleasure to meet you and learn more
For me too.
about your
Yeah.
work, about your perspectives on life, but also on professional work. I think there are a lot of connections, and it's like
Yeah.
your worlds are connecting with each other and building your own way how to combine being a professional speaker, uh, mother, right, family member, and so on. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching, for listening to our conversation. There will be a bunch of useful links, information in the description box. So please remember to take a look at the description. And we are hoping to see you at Online Scrum Master Summit 2025 online. So there's no excuse that you don't have time for commuting. I'm
Exactly.
sorry, you can even
Yeah.
join
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
your phone, from your mobile device. So I hope to meet you there. Feel free to connect with me, for instance, via LinkedIn with Maria, and see you next time.
See you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.